I bought this. Oh, wait till he stops banging with his hammer. I bought this broken Hyundai i10 to sell for profit, but before I can sell it needs to pass its MOT safety check. The car was making a knocking noise when you drove it, and the steering didn't feel quite right, so I'm changing the suspension arm, which also includes the ball joint. Just look how rusty and crusty this thing is. Oh, look at that there. See the ball joint? The boot's all split. This ball joint's not good, so I think that's where my knocking noise was coming from. Ah, look at this, a nice shiny new one. Yeah, so I'm using the hydraulic jack just now. I'm going to jack this bolt up into place, and this will secure it whilst I get a nut to go on top. And this is a two-man job, basically. It's dead fiddly, and I've moved the jack to the other side. Jacking this up slowly, get that into place. Once it's in position, roughly, I'll give it a couple of love dunts with the hammer, and I'll push a securing bolt through and tighten it up. Believe it or not, it's actually more cost effective and more time saving to just replace the whole arm than just to replace the ball joint by itself. It only costs a little bit extra, so why wouldn't you? Oh, come on! Come on! I'm not some fancy YouTuber who's got Lamborghinis. I've got a day job to do. This is me here. I get paid for this! The car passed its MOT, but it's still got problems with it. Been driving it, making sure it's all good before I sell it, but I noticed it's going through brake fluid and there's two places where it could be coming from. Area number 1. The brake master cylinder, away in there. See how it's awkward to get to? So that's the first place. The second place is round the back. Time is money in this game, and I've had this car for far too long, so I'm going for the easy option. I'm going to check the back brake first. I'm using an impact driver here to remove the retaining screw, and you need to get yourself one of these because the amount of times I've tried just using a normal screwdriver, you just end up rounding it. It's not worth it. Just buy a tool like this. It only costs about £10-15 and it will save you so much grief. Just going to spray some brake brake cleaner in here. So I'm just going to clean up so I can see what's happening inside. And if you compare this side to the passenger side just coming up, you can see there's a big difference. The passenger side's looking so much cleaner. I need to do a bit more investigation because this doesn't seem right. The dirt's sticking to something that is most likely brake fluid. There must be a leak somewhere. Now over to my big green cabinet to get my favourite tool, and if you're like Independent Jim and you have no friends to press the brake pedal, you need to get yourself one of these. But unfortunately for this particular job you need an adapter, which is in this red case. And the one I want, I think, is this one right here. I'm just going to take the cap off the brake reservoir. Can't I say that? Just taking the cap off of the bottle you put the brake fluid in. Yeah, make sure you get this nice and snug, or otherwise, yeah, you'll see in a minute.
It's wet and burst off. Oh no. Anyway, quick, get this on the ground. Just pump up to 10%, sorry, 10 psi. Thank you very much for watching. This was all done in one take. And yes, 10 psi, and only 20% of you guys say to the very end, and it's used 20%. The 20% gang that keep this channel going, so all I can say is thank you very much. And keep watching to the end because there's always a little surprise for you.
Welcome back. I've hooked up the pressure bleeder. It's pumped up to 10 psi, and that's like when somebody inside the car pushing their foot on the brake. And I'm giving this little poke and a squeeze, and you can see is looking wet. And if you look at my finger, it's definitely got brake fluid coming out of it. And if we compare this to the passenger side, it's clean as a whistle and as dry as a nun's chuff. Oh, I'm going to hell for saying that. And which this all leads me to believe that this leak's not coming from this side, it's coming from the driver's side. The next step is to remove the brake cylinder. To do that, I just need to remove these two bolts and it should come out nice and easy. Like I said, it should have came out easy, but nothing is ever easy when working on cars, and this is what I get for saying it's dry as a nun's chuff. Okay, this isn't coming out, so I'm going to get a big hammer, and I don't have to worry about damaging the cylinder because it's coming out anyway. So a couple of whacks, more than a couple. In fact, this took quite a few whacks, and as if by magic it just came out.
This was the side that was leaking. Replace that with the new one, which I have got over here. So just make sure they match up.
So this is me removing the yellow protective cover. It stops dirt and grease getting inside the brake cylinder when you're installing it. Get out of here! And I'm just going to put in this little brake nipple here. If I can find my hole, there we go, screw it in nice and tight. And I'll just get a little socket on this, and you don't want to over tighten it. I'm just going to remove the brake hose clamp here. That stops any brake fluid from coming out when you're working on the brake lines and the brakes. And the next thing to do is to bleed the brake cylinder. And I'm going to use my trusted favourite tool, the pressure bleeder. And if you look here, you can see all the brake fluid coming out, and those are little trapped air bubbles.
That's us coming towards the end of the video now. Remember, watch the end, watch beyond the end, watch the end. And if you're still watching, you're almost back to 20% gang. And
Only thing I've got left to do is put the retaining screw back in the drum brake, put the wheel back on, and that's it. As we found the mystery of the leaking brake fluid. And all I can say is thank you very much for watching Independent Jim, and I just keep watching. I'm just rambling. So if you keep watching, I'll keep making whatever this is. Okay, see you guys later. It's just so dirty and dusty in here. Like, look at this. Bye bye.